Hey everybody, welcome to the GMG review. Today we're taking a look at Torch and Shield, the physical media from GRIMSKALD. This is a dungeon adventure game of dwarves, because dwarves are the best. I mean, in the age-old goblin versus dwarves debate, people do like goblins quite a bit, but I'm a big fan of the bearded folk, and this is a sort of post-apocalyptic dungeon crawl. The dwarves are underground. They are defending their territory, trying to take back their locations from a variety of baddies. It's exactly what you think it is. You can make your own adventuring crew of dwarves, procedurally generate a dungeon, fight your way through it, and then of course have linked narrative adventures in a campaign system. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time here going through the actual rule set. I did an entire indie hour on this game, and since crowdfunding, there's now physical media actually available at retail to check out. And the folks at GRIMSKALD were kind enough to send it along so we could see it. So as opposed to the digital rulebook that I reviewed, this is the full hardcover GRIMSKALD rulebook. You can see that it is exactly the same as the digital one, like from the content point of view, and contains all of the same stuff. So once again, I'm going to just link that video right here where you can get a full rundown of the actual rules themselves. This is more about the physical assets that you guys can check them out. It's in full color. It's lovingly printed. And this binding in hardback, it's a cloth bound. This is the same quality as like a GW Codex. So if you were debating getting the digital versus the hardcover, the layout's nice. It has a wonderful set of art assets. You can see here, all human drawn art assets. It's laid out super well. And as opposed to like a print on demand or a PDF style printing, it also has photocopiable pages of all of the cards. Now, what's cool is these are also available as physical assets. You can get the card deck for the activation system. You can get some pre-generated characters you can see here too. And they're like stat blocks. So if you're using the STLs or printed miniatures that you can buy from GRIMSKALD, you can have cards for those exact models. But if you're like me and you own 7 bajillion dwarf miniatures, because dwarves were my like forever army in Warhammer Fantasy. I've been collecting dwarves since the mid-90s. This is one of those things where you're going to want to make your own warband. You've got all the rules to do so. But having the photocopied ones in the back is really nice. And again, you can also photocopy the pre-generated ones too if you want to use them. The action matrix for doing stuff, and of course a solo play reference because this does have AI mechanics for doing so. So nice, full color, super well laid out, and you know, just a really beautiful manifestation of what they made. Other important stuff, Darker Halls. This is the expansion. It adds a whole bunch of new content, different warband types. You get the Copperbrow, the Bulldara, and the Iron Thane crew. You can see some of these sculpted miniatures in here, which again are available, I believe print on demand and just to buy. And then more content in the form of additional scenarios for you to play through and play out, as well as the bad guys. So the Durga, the beast monster, and its various like behaviors, because you've got special actions that they can all perform. So it's just more content what you already have. And then a hobby section. I really liked this. I'm showing how to make your own physical maps. Now I'm going to show you the actual like cardstock ones available too. But you know, a little bit of hobby goes a long way. And I appreciate for a dungeon crawler game. It's funny. I had this conversation back and forth briefly with Joe McCullough of Frostgrave fame about what's the best dungeon crawler out there. And we couldn't decide. Like it's just there's so many out there, and yeah, they don't like yeah. There's the perfect one is yet to be made. Although people will argue that Quest 95 is the best one. I still think Hero Quest also has its own merit. There's so many. But I like that this is in here because the only thing stopping you from making a dungeon adventure game is time and using foam, card, and a variety of different techniques like Mod Podge and stuff like that to make stairs. You can really make a beautiful set of terrain relatively on the cheap and easy. Now, on top of the 2 books, we also have all of this printed card. So you can get dungeon tiles. Now, they are one-sided, but they are wonderfully thick and durable. They all pop out super easy. And they're done in like a dwarfy sort of style. Now, there's some repetition here. You'll notice that like the artwork on these, if you're looking for different art, they are the same with just different tones, but I think they pop out just fine. And if you want to make your own, of course, it is super easy. You've got your stairwells, your rooms, and then some dead ends as well. And so for those of you who are not hobby inclined, you can grab a set of tiles and have your own dungeon pretty much ready to go. You're gonna get 1, 2, 3, 4 big rooms. It looks like 3 stairwells, a bunch of halls, and there are smaller rooms as well. So 4 tiles, right? 16 tiles, 6 tiles, and then some different size rooms on top of that, like the objective size rooms too. I think there's 2 of each, it looks like. Yeah, 2 of this, 2 of this one, 2 of the purple one, 2 of the gray one, the big sort of like oblong shaped room, and 1 of the big objective room. So a good sized dungeon out of this terrain set. And you can use these for a variety of games. There's just knowing that you have like an easy to buy dungeon set out here, I think is really cool and handy. So even if you're not interested in necessarily playing a dwarf adventure game by itself, if you're looking for terrain, there's clippable doorway systems here too. And these are just printed in FDM. I think you can buy these STLs on top of it. They have snap-in doors, but you can buy a set, and that was also here, of plastic doors that will connect all of these tiles, right? So that you have a dwarf themed connection system. And they're fine, again, FDM, bit of layering, but if you spray paint these, the lines will get filled in, and then, you know, cheap and cheerful, you've got a dungeon build. So while I think that obviously my preference always is the hobby side of things, and building my own and making my own terrain, having this available for those that just want to be able to set up and play is a great option. And pre-colored tiles are just really attractive and ready to go. Last little bits, you got a dice set. Like I said already, the card set, the activation system if you want to grab some bespoke dice and things too. We are going to give this game a go because all I have to do literally is paint the doors, and I can play against the AI because I have minis for both sides real easy. And this will give us a chance to do a little indie adventuring in the underground. So look for these plastic doors on the paint table relatively soon. And I'll probably do a little like getting started video where I dig through my dwarf collection and pick out some stuff that I want to play with, and then some bad guys, some appropriate bad guys for one of the adventures. I'll be giving this a let's play probably the next couple weeks because it's got solo rules, and that means I can give it a try on my own. So huge thanks for GRIMSKALD sending this along. Again, one last time, if you want to check out the rule set itself, it's on the Indie Hour. There's a full video basically breaking down how the gameplay works. But this was just to check out these cool physical assets they sent along so I can give the game a try. And yeah, just great dungeon bits and pieces. Oh, last thing, they did also have a token set for all the events and traps and stuff that can take place during the game as well. So pretty comprehensive, everything you need. I think this is all funded through a Kickstarter, and it's all available on their website, which I'll link below. So big thanks for watching. We'll see you for more GMG reviews. Till then, I'm Ash.